The Green Bay Packers, the cream of the crop in the NFC this year, and rested after getting a bye for being the #1 seed, welcome in the LA Rams, whose defensive dominance not only got them into the playoffs, but also got them a playoff win over the Seahawks last week.
Throw the bubble, it picked, and he's gonna house it!
LA's pass D once again showed up big, holding Russell Wilson to under 175 yards passing and a rating under 75.
These defenders for the Rams are so well coached, so disciplined.
Their pass rush also looked almost unstoppable. Aaron Donald picking up 2 sacks and the Rams getting to Wilson 5 times.
The All-Pro gets him again.
This is just one of the big-time matchups in this game. LA finishing second this year in sacks.
Wilson sacked.
Aaron Donald was a force as usual, not only wrapping up Wilson twice in their playoff win, but coming up with 13.5 plates of saccaroni and cheese for the season, leading all D linemen in pressures as well.
This #1 ranked defense has come out flying here.
Donald, though, left the game last week with an injury and didn't come back.
We don't know the status of Aaron Donald.
Even if Donald is good to go, though, getting to Aaron Rodgers is going to be a challenge.
Lofts it over the middle. Touchdown!
Packers this year allowing the second fewest sacks in the NFL.
Rodgers boots left, throws left side of the end zone. Touchdown!
The big question is, will they be more susceptible to pass rushers on the left side? First-team All-Pro tackle David Bakhtiari is out with a torn ACL. Donald doesn't usually line up over tackles, though, but Leonard Floyd does.
He's gonna have to eat it!
Floyd came through with 2 more sacks last week and was a force all year from the edge, ending his regular season with 10.5 QB takedowns.
This is the best he's ever seen him play.
LA's ability to rattle QBs was just one reason they were good on defense this year. Their secondary was the other.
No, Cam!
It's picked off and goodbye.
No team allowed fewer passing yards per game in 2020. No team held QBs to a lower yards per attempt figure, and they were best in passer rating allowed.
Murray throws behind. It's intercepted. A pick 6.
So why not pit them against the league's top QB?
Rodgers throws the left side of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rodgers went for 48 TD passes, led the league. Over 70% completion percentage, also tops. Rating over 120, another first-place finish.
He's the fastest to 400 in NFL history.
Rodgers' partner in crime, of course, was Davante Adams.
Oh, Davante's got it. Slips by one man.
Adams led the league in receiving TDs. He finished with over 1,300 yards in his 14 games played, and he led all receivers in receiving yards per game.
Leaping grab. Touchdown!
Holy elite one-on-one matchups, Batman, because you know Jalen Ramsey will be lined up across from him most of this game.
See a nice play by Jalen Ramsey right there.
Ramsey was named first-team All-Pro, but he only had 1 interception all year, which means 2 things. He's hard to complete passes against. His rating allowed was just 73, along with the 7th lowest completion percentage.
Take a look at this by Jalen Ramsey. What a play.
Reason number 2 he had so few picks, no one throws at him.
You know why we don't get no picks, man? They be getting sacked.
Now, he did give up a late TD to DK Metcalf last week.
Fires, passes, caught. Touchdown, Metcalf.
And the truth is, even though teams knew Adams was Rodgers' go-to guy, it really didn't prevent Adams from torching most secondaries. Now, Adams isn't the only weapon Rodgers has at his disposal. MVS had 6 TD catches and over 20 yards per reception.
It is caught. M.Valdes-Scantling gonna go all the way.
And then there was tight end Robert Tonyan, 11 TDs this season, 7 in his last 8 games.
Got it. Touchdown, Robert Tonyan.
Green Bay's offense wasn't as good as it was just because of their passing game, though. They also had another Aaron that had a pretty good year.
Yes, yes.
Aaron Jones, over 1,100 rush yards, 9 scores, and a fat 5.5 yard per carry average.
Appreciate it, bro. Yes, sir.
If you go off last week, Jones could do some damage. LA gave up over 5 yards a run to Seattle.
Chris Carson and an assist by Russell Wilson.
If you go off their season numbers, though, different story, as they were one of the hardest teams to scratch out yards against on the ground.
Mostert hit in the backfield. He fumbles. It's scooped by Troy Hill to 20.
So, being they were elite at stopping both the run and the pass, it makes sense they were the hardest team to move the ball against, the hardest to score on.
Batted and intercepted.
The Packers' offense, most points per game in the NFL in 2020, 5th most yards per game. Want to keep the monster matchups going? Green Bay, second best on 3rd down, 1st in the red zone.
A sensational grab by Davante Adams.
Rams D, not dominant in the red zone, but 4th best on 3rd down.
Stoned and thrown for no gain.
Okay, so what about when the Rams have the ball? Let's start with their run game, which could play a big role in this contest.
The rookie with a finger roll over the goalpost.
Rookie Cam Akers took over the workload last week and gashed the Seahawks, who had one of the best rush defenses in football this season, for over 130 yards yards on 4.7 yards per carry.
Akers again, still rumbling down near the 10.
LA's ground game was solid this season too, finishing with 4.3 yards a run.
He cuts middle. He's got space. Hits him with the horsepower.
Green Bay didn't play the run game great this year either, 4.6 yards per carry allowed.
And he's got a first down.
The reason the Rams are so insistent on running the ball, they use it to set up their passing attack, no team utilizing play action more than they did in 2020. The Packers, middle of the pack, defending play action.
Wow, what a great catch to finish that.
Green Bay's numbers against the pass were generally in the same territory too, 15th in rating allowed, 18th in yards per attempt allowed, 22nd in yards per catch allowed.
To the end zone, touchdown!
They won't be up against an elite passing offense, though. Jared Goff struggling most of 2020, just 20 TDs, 13 INTs, and a rating of just 90.
Pressured, Goff got hit, intercepted by Javon Kinlaw!
Goff wasn't even supposed to play last week. He only came in after John Wolford got knocked out of the game. He did throw a TD and no picks.
As Woods, touchdown Rams!
But his play this year was not up to Sean McVay's standards, and that's why the Rams finished 22nd in points per game.
Again, ball comes out.
Goff didn't even have to face all that much pressure either. LA tied for 6th fewest sacks.
Lobs it to the end zone. Caught by Robert Woods.
But the Rams did give up 3 sacks in their win over Seattle last week.
Goff pulls it down and gets sacked.
Green Bay can get after the QB too. Zadarius Smith helping the Pack finish tied for the 10th most sacks.
He's playing good football this year.
The theme here is pretty clear. Half the time you'll be watching an elite offense facing off with an elite defense. The other half of the time, it's a mediocre-ish offense up against a mediocre-ish defense. So which one do you like? Predictions time is here. Get them all into the comments section. Our panel is now 10 large for the playoffs. Here is what their picks and scores look like.